environment I grew up in, seen some of the worst cases. When I was younger, there was this girl who lived across the street. I ain't gonna say her name, but right here, you can insert a lot of little girls' faces. Too many of them are victims of all of the very same circumstances. Used to watch, but remain discreet, cause I came up in the inner city of Detroit. You was teased if you was weak. I said nothing as they laughed and called her a little freak. She was only like 12 or 13. Shame on me. I was only a kid myself, so I can't blame myself. Now I look back and think, how weak of me. Knew what was going on was wrong, but I wasn't there to try to play police or be her shrink. So I just shrunk. Wasn't from a white neighborhood, but I was a punk. I was out there just as naked as she could ever be. God exposed the coward in me. We was all from broken homes. Of course they was gonna try to break her. We was already broken. Stolen childhoods, grown men from our hood, stealing her innocence. She wasn't abducted, but she was still being passed around through traffic. Everybody knew it, but I wasn't finna cuff her or handcuff them. I just watched her be stripped of her dignity right from across the street. I was just a little boy. I ain't had no integrity. Was still just trying to understand myself. How I was gonna steer her? I couldn't even drive a car myself. Didn't even have a license, a picture of my own identity. So I just chose my right to remain silent. I watched grown men pull up on her and violate from over there across the street. But back then, we all thought we was grown. So men in their 20s didn't even feel that much older than me. Was all growing up so fast, already seen so much trouble in our teens. Used to be outside like, man, there ain't nothing new to see or new to me. Nothing new up under the sun. Homie was selling drugs, ended up in jail, now look at his son. Stealing cars, smoking weed, or up underneath the ground. Sometimes it feels like we living amongst the weeds. Everybody was keeping the peace, but nobody in our community was actually keeping the peace. So all of this was normal to me. Who gonna save her when I was still trying to find salvation for me? Restless, trying to find rest, wrestling with my own trauma, selfishly paying attention to myself, not understanding that they would leave her with nothing but deposits of emotional damage. Last I heard, she was a prostitute. What else was she supposed to do but end up on the corner? And no one was taking the time to see life from her vantage. They were only taking advantage. We grew up in conditions where I had become conditioned to not even see her condition as anything different. My people perished from our own ignorance. Where was her parents? Where was her father there to protect her? We all knew her mother was for the streets. She was like 30. My homie, half her age, only 15, bragged to us about how he hit old girl mama across the street. In the hood, we say yo mama, but what if yo mama was raped or molested? She passed her promiscuous ways down to her child because she ain't have nothing else to promise. Maybe her life didn't feel promising because she felt like she was at a disadvantage. What if Jesus didn't come down, take the cross to see life from our vantage? He didn't just watch up from heaven. He came into our shame, our pain, and took the blame. They used to call her names, but that isn't who she was called to be. May his cross heal every little girl across the street till we all walking on them golden streets.